Let's get into main topic number one. And our first main topic today gets submitted to us by Darren Friesen. And Darren Friesen writes, "Hey, John and Rob. I saw they dropped a new trailer for Halloween Kills today. This was yesterday. And it was pretty good. But the movie doesn't come out for another year. What was the point of putting that out now? Do you think they'll surprise us by releasing it early, maybe on streaming?" All right. Thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And yeah, listen, I was surprised when we saw a Halloween Kills trailer drop yesterday, especially and primarily because when you consider the fact that this is a movie that doesn't come out for another year. So what's the point? Well, on the one hand, I thought they didn't release this theatrically because, Rob, you put a trailer like that in theaters, it's going to cost you some shekels, right? It's going to cost you some money to do that. It wasn't a television commercial. So as far as I know, and I could be wrong about this, as far as I know, they didn't spend money to air it on TV. They literally just cut it and put it out online. So really, when you consider it, it's not like they were blowing their budget on this. It's not like they were blowing their marketing budget. At the same time, I think there is a fundamental problem with releasing trailers so early because I believe we saw it happen with, Rob, you and I talk about Godzilla a lot, the last Godzilla movie, that I really felt like one of the things that played into it underperforming at the box office was the fact that they were, exploding all the enthusiasm and climaxing early with all their stuff almost a year in advance. And by the time the movie did come out, it's like, oh, that movie still hadn't come out? Like they'd been talking about Godzilla for over a year. Is that the case here? Just putting out, I think it was like less than a minute. I think it was around a minute. I can't remember exactly, but putting out some little trailer. The other problem though is that now you've already shown a bunch of stuff in the trailer that when it does come time to properly market the film, a bunch of the stuff that's going to be in your trailers is stuff that people have already seen. So that first trailer, that's like 4.5 months out from when Halloween comes out, it's not going to have that same oomph. The one thing, Rob, that Darren says here that I think is actually rather fascinating that I had not considered is there a possibility that instead of the movie being a year away, maybe they make some sort of move that, hey, guess what? The movie's actually only 6 months away and they're planning some sort of surprise. I don't think that's likely. I don't think that's likely, but it's an interesting thing to ponder. So I don't know. On the one hand, not a big deal. They didn't spend much money on it. I do believe, though, it starts hype far too early in advance because, Rob, them putting this trailer out now is not going to make $1 of box office difference when that movie comes out. Them releasing this trailer now a year in advance is going to do absolutely no good for how much or little the movie makes when it comes out. So I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle. No harm, no foul, but did it really accomplish anything? I'm not sure. Rob, you saw that they dropped it. And by the way, I didn't even mention, I like the trailer. I like the trailer. I thought it was fun. Rob, what do you think about the trailer? And what do you think about their decision to drop it a year in advance?
Well, I liked it too. And I think that with everything being pushed essentially a year, I kind of felt like, oh, that was so nice of them. I wasn't even thinking about it in terms of, we're going to wait a year or maybe it'll show up on SVOD or something or PVOD, whatever we're calling it now. I just think it was nice. It's Halloween, and for me, it was like getting a treat. No tricks, just a treat. I thought that Blumhouse has been just crushing it lately. They got their anthology going on. They got all kinds of things happening. And I think that for the Halloween fans, it was nothing more than this year sucks. Have a little treat from us. Take a little taste of Halloween Kills. And I think it was just them saying, we appreciate your patronage. We appreciate your fandom. We just so you all know, it does not go unnoticed. Thank you. And that's kind of how I felt about it. I'm like, people, it might be a year away, but it's not like people aren't going to go see it when it comes out. Like you said, it's not that expensive of a film, and it has a lot of goodwill. And it put a smile on my face because I love Halloween, And this Halloween is essentially like the apocalypse in Pacific Rim. It's been canceled. And I'm sad about that. And I got to say, John, I was beaming from ear to ear when I watched that. Yeah, I know it was too short, but I loved it.
I didn't think it was too short, again, because it's the thing that's your way. But you raise a great point because, I myself have said on this show, like, any type of little scrap we can get right now to kind of lift the spirits is a good thing.
Yeah.
And maybe that was really it. I mean, because look, we are at Halloween, right? We're at Halloween. And I got to say, it was pretty fun watching it. And maybe, you know what? Maybe dropping this trailer doesn't do anything for the marketing of the movie. Maybe dropping this trailer doesn't mean a single dollar more for the box office a year from now. But if the goal was just like, hey guys, here's a treat, something to smile about, maybe it was worth it because it made me smile. I liked
made
it.
Me smile too. And sometimes that's enough.
Sometimes that's enough. Guys, the question is for you. What did you think about the decision to drop a trailer for a movie that doesn't come out for another year? Did it strategically really not make any sense? But like Rob is saying, hey, but it was just put out there to make us feel good in what has been a completely rotten year. I think there's something to that. What do you guys think about it? Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys.